We know they mind us, you know. We ain't gonna keep us, you know. Baby girl, we go there no solo. Nobody can tell me to leave my baby.
Workout 53. 3. Yes, crunches and punches. As you can see, I need it. But beneath that little fat, that lot of fat, man, I got freaking muscles under there. Alright, let's do some more. I'm in a big mood. Gotta feel you. Something work out cool in my pocket. Tell me what you do. Make we go December. But some call it to check. Get some things with the put on my head. That's why. Now you the cool in my stress. So yeah. Make we go December. But some call it to check. Get some things with the put on my head. That's why. Now you the cool in my stress. So yeah.
Reliable, hardworking, and trustworthy. Is that really so much to ask for? Ditch the complications and get easy-to-use Blink Smart Security. Show your home some love and check in from anywhere. Connect in an instant with two-way talk and live view. And now, save big on Blink Smart Security to help protect what you love most. Don't let this sale be the one that got away. Find your perfect match at Amazon.com/Blink.
From daily news to dating fails, conspiracy theories to cooking with celebrities who can't actually cook, Amazon Music's got millions of podcast episodes ready to entertain. To listen to a favorite podcast, you can always ask Alexa to play your go-to show. Or if you're in the mood to try something new, just say, Alexa, play a podcast to discover top shows and start listening now.
Alexa, Volume 1. You guys got to get the tutorial because you're the last one on the list today. So, hooks. Let's do hooks because Ryan Garcia won his fight last night off the right hook action. Everybody expected the left hook, and I think Barrios was prepared for the left hook, but dude brought the right hook. So they got him the victory. He knocked Barrios down once. He dominated the fight over Barrios. That's Ryan Garcia. I gotta give him his freaking props. And I was hoping he lost that fight. But then again, maybe it's a good thing because now he gets to line up with another one of my favorites, and that's Shakur Stevenson. So let's see if Ryan Garcia and Ryan Garcia and Stevenson can get it on. Let's hope that's next. But I need my man Stevenson to literally shut that boy down like he did Tio. So let's see. It's all good though. It's the boxing business, and I kind of wish them all luck in it, but not really. Especially if they're going against my favorite. Alexa, pause. If they're going if a guy is going against my favorite, I'm not wishing him well. Nope. Can't do, won't do. I wish him not to get hurt too bad. But if he's got to be hurt to be stopped, then that's kind of how it has to be. That's what they signed on the dotted line. You know? That's why they get paid a lot of money to do that. Don't ever think that they're getting paid too much. No, they're not. They're putting their life on the line, literally. There's another man across the ring trying to actually stop you in any possible way. And if that means taking your life in the sport, then that's what they'll do. And that is putting your life on the line. And if you think you think they're overpaid, then you're stupid. Because you don't know nothing about the sport. It's a dangerous sport. Like mixed martial arts, they should get paid more. But they love that sport. As soon as they get a real promoter, not like Dana White, that's trying to pay them as little, as minimum as he could to get away with pocketing as much as he can. That's why he's friends with the orange dude. That's why. because they both in the business together, trying to do the same thing. Rip people off. These fighters, MMA, boxers, where another man is literally trying to take them out, they should get paid top dollar for that. If that means millions, then so be it, if that's the sport they choose. But then also that's the risk they take. So if you got a loved one in the game, just know it could happen. They could be ended in that game. They could be unalive in that sport. And the money that they get at the end, if they are unalive, it's not even worth it. Hey, this is workout 53 in case I missed it. If I neglected to tell you. So yeah, I give nothing but credit to combat sports. You gotta give them credit because, like I said, they're putting their lives on the line. Just to what? Entertain, man. That's all they're doing, just entertaining us. You know? To us, it's like, gladiators back in the day. They go to watch the gore, the knockout, the blood, the humiliation of another human being. The gladiators back in the day got paid nothing but another day to fight, and a meal, and a cot to sleep on. If they were the people champions, they may get treated a little special, but not much. Back in the gladiator days. And these fighters today, I know things are a lot different than back then in the Roman days, but understand, the concept is the same, just about. Because if a man can end another man in the ring, guess what? He'll do it. Because he says that's his job. And I think the mixed martial art business, they need some more tweaking as far as safety. Because you should never hit a man when he's down. If he's already out, there's no reason why you should jump in and hit him anymore. And that's how it is in boxing. And that should go across the board with this combat sports thing. Any combat sport, never hit a down man. Nope. Never hit a down man. If he's down, he's down. That's it. He's no more of a threat to you. And if that's not understood across the board, then it needs to be changed. And guess who has the power to do that? In mixed martial arts, Dana White does. In MMA. He has the power to change the rules. Never hit a down man. You knock him down. See, here's the crazy thing about that sport. They say you can't knee a man that's down. If he's down, his hands are down, hands and knees, you can't knee him. But when he's knocked flat out, you can jump down and hit him about 3 or 4 more times. How stupid is that? Why? What's the sense of having that in there? You can't knee a down man, but you can hit him? You can. Come on, man. Make sense of the sport. That never stupid. If a man is down, that's the fight's over. If you hit him again, you're penalized or even disqualified. Simple. If you can't abide by that, then you don't need to be in the sport. That's that mixed martial art crap. It ain't crap, but you know what I'm saying. That's a very dangerous sport. Mixed martial arts is very dangerous. It's more dangerous, and I don't think they're reporting the real unalive people in that sport. I don't think they're really saying much about that because I don't see how there's more unaliving in boxing than there is in mixed martial arts when mixed martial arts are striking with all limbs, knees, feet, everything. You've seen it. So I don't see how people are really not perishing more in that sport. And we got pads on our hands. Boxers, got pads on their hands. So, and even that daggone, that knuckle boxing. Yeah, well, let me just say that about, let me say something about that. That knuckle boxing tears up your hands. Oh yeah. It busts up your hands real good. If you ever had a fight in the streets, you know what I'm talking about. Especially if you hit somebody in the head. So, oh yeah. Y'all the last ones today. So, you guys are getting the bottom of the barrel. It's all good. This, finish, once I'm done with y'all, that'll be a 12 rounds for me. So yeah, I'm gonna take it easy. It's Sunday. You know? I ain't trying to go crazy out here, man. Tonight is fight night, female fight night. Clarissa Shields and that other girl. Shrimpy or Frenchie. Something Frenchy. They fight tonight. It's gonna be a good one. I wish I got my favorite to win. My favorite is Clarissa Shields, of course. She keeps calling herself the GOAT. This is a trilogy between these two. So let's see how it turns out. They both seem like they're ready to go. So this is how I do when I'm tired, though. Come on. Come on. Ooh, Lord. Am I going to make it today? Whoa, this is really one of them. All right. But yeah, the rules in the mixed martial arts should change. Never hit a down man. Not just if he's down on his hands and knees for a knee strike or a punch. If he's laid out on his back, then you should not hit him anymore. If he falls after you hit him and he gets back up, then you just got to fight him some more. You know what I mean? He should be given an 8 count. If he get knocked flat on his back, and then now the rules change, right? You can change the rules when you can't jump down there and give him any additional strikes. You let him get up, and then once he's up, you know, that's when you give him an 8 count, just like in boxing, you give him an 8 count. And then if you check and see if he's ready to go again, if he's willing and able, and he knows where he's at, he step to the left, step to the right, he follow your instructions or follow the referee instructions, and then you let him fight some more. And if he get knocked down again, it should be a 3 knockdown rule. If you get knocked down 3 good times on your back, flat, and you got to get an 8 count, pretty much the referee can end the fight. That's what it should be in mixed martial arts. All right? But they don't have that. They're waiting to get a man unalive in that sport. And I don't know why. You know, it just should be all combat sports. You know, if you're going to stand up there and pound with somebody, with whatever, with your hands or your legs or whatever, it should be that rule across the board. The Athletic Association should make that a rule. Across the board now. For safety purposes. You ain't got to like it. In boxing, see, we accept that. When the man is down, we back off. We ain't trying to hit him again, because then you know you can lose the fight behind that. You can beat a man and hit him while he's down and lose the fight. In boxing. It should be that with MMA. So I don't know how come they're not pushing for that. And the families of these guys, the family of these fighters in the MMA world, they should be pushing for that. But it's going to take somebody like me to keep talking about it. and say, hey, how come this is not implemented in this sport? Huh? That's negligence. It should be a fine, or you should shut them down. If they can't abide by that, shut them down. You know? Anybody, any other MMA sport come up and they follow those rules, then good. You know, it should be an example set. These people can't keep doing that, man. Somebody's gonna get hurt. They're like, I already know they have. You talk to a lot of those guys who retired from mixed martial arts, their brain is all messed up. Their face and everything is disfigured. You know, boxers have bad looking noses and eyebrows protruding because they always getting hit on that spot. You know? So yeah. All combat sports across the board should be like that. That rule should be unanimous across the board. Why should anybody disagree with that? And if they do, they don't need to be involved with the sport at all. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So let it be what it's gonna be with that. You know? These are human beings we're talking about. They're not robots. They're not machines. They're human beings. And they should be protected as such. Across the board, the Athletic Association should be overseeing this stuff. You know, seeing how they operate in their business, making all that money off the potential unalived bodies possible if you don't implement these safety guides quick and soon, because it's just stupid and reckless, man. You know, just doesn't make any sense. Why even have any rules if your guy can hit a down man? What's that about? You know, they damn near do everything else. They almost bite each other and get away with it. Just like freaking savages, man. Yeah, you bite somebody in boxing, man, you get disqualified. Yes, that's just the way it is. You bite somebody in mixed martial art, they may stop the fight. They may stop the fight, depends on the doctor, I guess, or whoever's in control of that fight that night. You know? Oh, they're gonna determine, hey, was it an accidental biting? A bite is intentional, man. That's trying to hurt somebody. What you talking about? Accidental. You got to be out your freaking cotton picking mind. That's intentional, man. When you bite your food, you mean to bite your food. I ain't never heard nobody, I didn't mean, I made a mistake biting the chicken, the fried chicken. I didn't mean to bite it. It was an accident. No, you bite something, you mean to bite it. All right? Hand me that. They can come up with any kind of lie and people just eat it up. You can play the tape back over and over again. Oh, it looks like an accidental biting to me. Alexa, pause. Can I just be goofy for a while? Leave me alone. All right. So yeah, accidental, man, please. Who even started that? It's an accidental biting. You leave teeth marks and breaking the skin, that's intentional, baby. Oh, I was trying to get their arm out of my mouth. Come on, man. Be for real with that. You know? Don't hand me that BS lie. They lie about everything. And there are people there to eat it up. People be waiting for lies to come out so they can just take it. I got you. We'll run with that. It can make no sense at all. But they're going to run with it because that's their defense. Come on, man. Come on. Did you go to the island or did you not? Was you on the plane or was you not? I don't care who did it. If Obama was there and messed with them kids, lock them up. If Clinton was there and messed with them kids, lock him up. Who else you want to pick? What other name you want? Huh? If Martin Luther King was in there messing with them kids, lock him up. Who else? Huh? If Malcolm X was in there messing with them kids, lock him up. That nabbit, man. That is so simple. Why are we picking and choosing people doing the same crime and they should be treated differently? Why is that? Huh? You tell it. I'm done. I'm tired. I know I should probably do a video. I know this is workout 53. And it is what it is. I got mine in. That's all I can tell you. If you didn't get yours in, that's on you. But I got mine in, dagnabbit. You know, me up here getting mad at myself. I done said something to piss myself off. Have you ever done that before? I done it. I done did got mad. What'd I say? I said I done did. Don't y'all pick on me. I done did got mad. I heard people talking like that before. What it is, I'm gonna tell you a quick story about this little kid when I first moved out here. Me and my son, we was walking home from the gym, you know, cause wifey was with the car and she was somewhere else, so we had to walk. All right, so we walking and we drinking Gatorades. And it's a hot, nice and warm day. So we get not too far from the house. And we seen these two little kids, little boys about this big. Couldn't have been no older than about 6, 7 years old. They come running from the backyard because they saw us walking by. And he came out, little boy said, "Hey, what up? What up?" He went like, "What up?" Right? So me and my son was like, "What's happening, little man?" You know, we continued to walk and we sipping on our little Gatorade. He said, "Let me have some." I said, "What?" He said, "Let me have some. Let me have some of that." I said, "Man, you shouldn't take nothing from strangers. Nothing." He said, "What up then? What up then?" And he ain't no bigger than this now. And we look at him like, "Boy, if you don't take your little butt back there, man, you about to get stomped on, man. Get on back over there." He said, "What up then?" He was going like that. A little 7-year-old. 5, 7, 6, however old the little boy was. I'm like, "Get out of here." And we kept on walking, you know. We was laughing our butts off all the way home. Had to tell the family when we got home what we had experienced here. Because, listen, man, I know kids are growing up too fast, but that to me was the most comical thing I've ever seen. I wish I had a video camera at the time and just a video, and he was serious. He was mad because I wouldn't give him some of my Gatorade I've been slipping, slobbing on. He expected me to give him some. Boy, if you don't, he one of them little kids that when his mama take him to the supermarket, and some people in the supermarket will open something and they'll sip on it and they'll put it on the shelf and walk away. He's the little kid that'll come by, see it open, and drink behind it. No telling what the other person done put in there, but he'll drink it. I've seen that happen, and I found out who their mama was. Little boy did this in Plainfield, and it was some coffee somebody had made, and they drank half of it and left the other half. And when I was walking by, I seen a little kid stop, looked around like that, grabbed it and sipped it. And I said, "Hey, don't do that." And he put it back and ran. So I followed him up to the store. He ran hiding behind his mama. I said, "Hey, this your son?" She said, "Uh-huh." I said, "Well, your son was sipping on a cup of, looked like coffee sitting back there somebody abandoned. And he was sipping it." And she turned to him, "Did you do that?" He said, "I didn't do that." "Yeah." And I said, "Yes, you did. Now you going to say I'm lying, little boy? I saw you doing it. That's why I came up here to tell on you, right?" And And she said, I told you about that. Don't be sipping on stuff. Like, get on out of here, boy. That was the end of it. And I was like, that's it. That was it. Now, to me, that was one of the most dangerous things for a child to do. Anybody, any sick-minded person could place something around a supermarket for little kids like that and mess them up life, if not end them. You understand? So, you know, when I see stuff like that, man, I literally gotta, you know, I scratch my head about it, but then, you know, I can't just scratch my head. I gotta kind of, you know, talk about it a little bit, because people need to understand the severity of something like that. And if you're lacking slack with your child, and your child don't know any better at an age of 7, if they don't know any better not to do that, then obviously, you know, or maybe you thought you taught them, or you talked about it, but not enough, because they're out there doing it. Because my kids wouldn't touch nothing. I'd take them to a store. I'd test them out too. I would take and it was weird. Out of my 3 children, they all responded differently when I told them, when I take them to the store, don't you touch nothing in this store, because if you break it, I got to pay for it. That's what I used to tell them, right? And I made it clear. I wasn't playing, even though my bluff was a bluff, but they didn't know back then that I was bluffing, that I would tear them up. But it worked, because when I took them to the store, starting with the oldest one, now she's almost 40 years old right now, but when she was a little girl and I took her to the store and I told her, don't you touch nothing. If you want something, you let me know. I'll get it, or we'll make a decision if we get it for you or not. Depends on what it is. All right, so I take her to the store. She about 3, 4, 5 years old. You know what I mean? And she see all this stuff. You know, when you're little, everything looks so big and massive. The aisles in the store look like they're a mile long with all this stuff. Look at all this. They loved it, man. They loved going to a store, right? Because they just felt like I'm taking them to Disneyland or something, going into a freaking department store, right? Look, all this stuff. I want that, this. I want that. They wanted everything, right? So my first child, when I took her in, her personality was slightly different than the other 2. Well, different. So when I took her in and I said, don't touch anything, she wants to. She'll look at it. She'll look at me. She'll look at the toy or the thing. And she'll say, Daddy, can I have that one? And I'll look at it. And then I'll make the decision, yay or nay, depending on what it was. If it was yay, she was happy as you know what. Okay. My second child, her sister, the one who thinks she just, oh my goodness, that one there, she got a mouth on her. But anyway, when she got about of age to take her to the store, the same type of just totally amazed by all this stuff, right? And I said, don't you touch nothing in the store. You understand me? Uh-huh, Daddy, I understand. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. Get her in the store. And this one, try to use her little noggin on some stuff, right? So she'll see an item, okay? Like, let's say this is the item, is on the shelf that she really wants. And she'll come up to the item like, Daddy, I can't touch these, right? I can't touch these. I can't touch these, right, Daddy? I can't touch these, Daddy. Can't touch these, right? Didn't I tell you don't touch it? You touching it. And she's chest testing me out, trying to get a confirmation. You mean these, Daddy? I can't touch this. Daddy, can I have this? Baby girl, you don't come here. Go see your mama. Go to you're not getting nothing because I told you not to touch it. You know what I mean? And she go, she's crying. Okay. That was her way. Trying to confirm by touching. saying, don't touch this, but she's touching it. Okay, that was her. My son, the last one, the youngest. I ain't had no trouble out there, boy. So I get him in the store. Same scenario. Jordan, don't you touch nothing. You hear me? Because if you break it, I got to pay for it. Do you hear me? Okay, we get into the store. He's amazed. He likes everything. Okay. Now he sees something he wants. He's like this. Daddy, can I have this? And I like the fact that he didn't touch it. My first child would get this close to it and just examine it with her whole face. She didn't touch it. The second child would try to get confirmation from me by saying, don't touch this. And she got her hands all over it. The third child would look at it. Daddy, can I get this? That's how he got stuff. That second one, she had to learn over time, you know. But when I first took her in the store the first few times, boy, when I tell you that child, she tested me. And even up to this day, well, not so much. That, I love them all the same, but she was just the smart aleck one, that third one, that one in the middle. The one in the middle child. She was a smart alecky one. But, that's my baby. And my son, he was just obedient. He ain't want no smoke. And my first child, she ain't want no smoke either. Because, my daughters, I was able to raise my voice and make them cry. Oh, yeah. Once I get to that, didn't I tell you? I told you don't do that, and you did it anyway. When I get that, boy, that breaks them like I took them and spanked them. My daughters. My son, I don't know what it was. He was obedient with some things and very not so obedient with other things, like running his mouth in school. My son was a puny little kid. He was a preemie. It took him time to catch up to the other ones. But he'd run his mouth a lot in class. While the teacher's teaching, he's talking too. He tells me the reason why he's talking is because he's trying to get other people to be quiet so he can hear the teacher. That's his excuse to me. And I'm like, wait, son, listen, I'm telling you this. You're not the monitor of other kids. You be quiet, okay? Do not interrupt. Do not be talking when the teacher's talking. Because when the teacher's talking, you're not listening because you're talking to them, okay? But I'm just trying to make them be quiet. No, that's not your job. You be quiet. You don't say nothing, okay? Listen to the teacher. All right. So this is the battle I used to have with them from Monday through Friday, almost every day. And I got so tired of it. I'm like, I know Dad, she used to pen a note to him to come home. And this knucklehead, he wasn't like, he's like, well, yeah, she penned the note to me, but if I take the note off, Dad ain't gonna know. That's the way he thought. If there was no note penned to him, he felt like I just wasn't gonna know. But he don't know that the teacher called me in advance and said, I'm sending a note home to explain what Jordan's situation was in school today. So he comes home without a note penned to him, and I'm expecting a note. And I said, Jordan, how was your day today? He said, it's okay. Now he acting like he's very anxious to do homework. Never was anxious to do homework, but he's anxious this day. So I'm like, Jordan, come here. I said, listen, did the teacher talk to you today? No, are you sure? No, I promise, no. Oh, well, let me tell you something. Your teacher called me today, Jordan, and told me she was sending a note home. Where's the note? Oh, that. Yeah, that. Where's the note? Well, what had happened was that, see, when I got on the bus and this other kid was playing with me all rough and stuff, I think he pulled it off. And you wasn't gonna tell me about it? You see what I'm saying? See, he was trying to play it smart that way. And he had to get it for that because I knew he took that note off of him. You know what I mean? Wasn't playing nothing. So the difference in these kids, when they were kids, they're grown people now. They remember all this stuff. I rarely had to spank them rarely. You know what I mean? My daughters, I literally didn't have to. Jordan is the one who got more of the spankings. That's why I put him in boxing. I'm like, you know what? I know what you need. Because he was a puny little kid, and people always picked on him because he was skinny. He was the smallest one. Not short, but just skinny. And everybody wanted to pick on Jordan because he had a big mouth, and he was skinny, and he couldn't back it up when he was like under 8 years old. He couldn't really back it up. Put him in boxing at 8. He had a rough time the first couple of years. It was rough because everybody wanted to box him because they knew they didn't get him because he was puny. He worked out just like everybody else, but he just had to play catch up because he was a preemie. All right, he finally got into it. Something clicked and he got it. So I was like, okay, he was willing to go through whatever he want, go through the training, take a bop on the nose or whatever, and continue to fight. So when he got to that level, he started to excel in this boxing thing. So very proud of him there. But it's just the different personalities of the kids when I raised them. I think back on them sometimes. I think back on all of the different ways that they are. And, it was very interesting, you know. I love the fact that, they all have their individual personalities. You know, the middle child, she started to talk way early, because she was the one who would look directly in somebody's mouth, not in your eyes. She look at your mouth when you're talking to her, and she see everybody talking. And if you're talking to her, she's staring right into your mouth. She's trying to figure out how you're forming these words so she too can do it. And she started to actually form the words early. My first child made up her own language because she wasn't. I'm gonna look like that. I got a point right there. What does that mean? Look like a bird. All right. But anyway, now I can't stop looking at my own lip. I never knew that. Bird lip. All right. So, my first child, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, the personalities in my daughters or my kids is very interesting, and I wouldn't change it for the world. When we talk about it today, they want to know exactly how they were when they were little. And I think one of the funniest moments, there was many funny moments with each and every one of them when they was little. But my first child, when I was young when I had my first child. I was about 25. I guess that's not young, but yeah, that's young enough. So I was about 25 when I had my first child. And I still had a lot of oats to sow, I felt, so I was still looking at other women, Hey, what's up, baby? And I already had a child, married with child, and I was looking at other women. All right, so one day, I took my daughter, she was in her car seat, her mother, to the store. Well, like a department store, because she wanted to go in, the wife wanted to go in and buy something. So I said, instead of all of us going in, I'll sit out in the car, with the baby, and we'll wait for you. So where we parked was on Main Street. Wasn't Main Street, it was called Front Street. This was in Plainfield, New Jersey. So we sitting out there, and at that time it was pretty busy on a Saturday. People I know walking around, people I didn't know, and it was a nice sunny day. I had the windows down, and I've got my daughter out the car seat to sit on the little center sun thing, where you put your elbow. So I had her sitting on that, waiting on her mother, right? So we see people walking past in front, walking past, walking past. So had the music playing, and my daughter's she was silly. She was a happy little girl. So she's sitting there, and this one girl crosses the street, and I promise you, it was like in slow motion, and because she was fine and built like you want a woman to be built, and she was walking in slow motion. I was just watching. My eyes was glued, like, damn. I'm just watching her. So my head is turning this way, and by the time I got right here to this point, I get this hard smack. Pow! My daughter smacked me in the face, and she was only one, not even a full 1 year old. She's about one something. She smacked me in the face, and it was loud. And she just started laughing. And I couldn't get mad because the way that she laughed, the laugh was contagious. So she's just chuckling, man. I'm like, don't you hit your daddy like that. What's wrong with you? You know? And I thought about it right at that moment that girl was walking by, that she smacked my face. It's almost like she knew I shouldn't be looking at this woman. It wasn't mommy. And she smacked me in the face. Oh my God. Her little, I ain't gonna say her handprint was in my face, but it was just loud. It was the loudest slap I've ever received from a baby that little. And I was just cracking up. I had to laugh at it. I was a little upset, but then I had to think, yeah, I probably shouldn't have been looking at that girl like that. And she had smacked my face, and I had to tell her mama about it. And her mother said, "You see, even when not around, me around." She said, "Good one, baby girl, good one." See, women, y'all stick together, even when you're babies. Like, dang nabbit, you couldn't just forget about that part. You had to smack me in the face. That's all right. You wait till you want something. Yeah. So that was just one of the funniest things I never forget. When I tell her that today, we both get a good laugh out of it. She has a child too. So little David, we call him King David. Yeah. But yeah, that is the the stories of me and mine. And that's one of the funnier ones. I got a few of them, but I ain't gonna bore you with it. All right. My workout is over, y'all. I'm about to go in here and shower up. It's 3 minutes after 6. Is that correct? Am I correct, y'all? See, I got my clock on the wall now. Can you see my new clock? See my clock up there? Right there. Yeah. I know. It's got the time. It's got today's date. It's got the month. It even has the temperature. You know I'm good. All right, y'all. The workout was 53 today. We did a okay one. The other platforms was a lot better. I saved y'all for last. So you guys got the worst of it all, but I got mine. I got all my workout in, so I'm good. And I hope you guys do the same thing. So if being that my time varies, I got me a clock out here now. So let's hope that I will be more on time with it. I'm gonna try to get out here between 10 and 11 o'clock, Monday through Friday. So, but because of that, you put me on notification if you really want to check out the workouts. If you think what I'm doing is something that you are interested in, by all means, put me on notification. And every time that I go live, you guys will get a ping to your phone, and you guys can either join me. And if you can't physically join me, you can at least give me some encouraging words, because I need motivation too. So here it is. I'm trying to motivate y'all, but y'all can motivate me as well. So it's one hand washes the other. All right. We're going to do the best we can together and get through this 365 days of working out. Every day. We're not going to miss a day now. If you miss a day, then that's on you. I'm not missing a day. That's my promise. And if you want to go on this journey with me, put me on notification so you'll know when I'm going live. Most times it'll be the workout. If not, it'll be story time, or I'm ranting about something in this government. So whatever it is, be a part of it. I'm out. Got a shower now.